Okay, time to play more Final Fantasy 16. I was kind of counting on going to sleep. um, when when I said I was going to take my break, uh, and it turns out I could not go to sleep. So we're just gonna keep on playing game and doing side quests. Possibly doing some hunts as well. There lives a hunt in what did we call it? Sembrek, right? The Empire. We don't have a quest there, and I figured we might as well do it, right? Like we might as well. It's at Penitent's Gate. It's the Knight of the Splendid Heart. It's a dragoon. And I figured we might as well, right? We might as well. So, we might as well. Penitent's Gate, I think, was what it was called. At some sort of gate, somewhere. We have Cutter's Gate. We have Vintner's Gate. We have the Cairnorvent gates. What other gates do we have? We have the Holy Eye, the Holy Hand, East Veil, Markets, Dragon Armor, Imperial Training Grounds, the Unnamed Chapel. Ah, here we go. All the way up to the north. Right next to Oriflamme, I think. So, yeah.
And now might I help the garrison today?
That's actually a lot farther up north than I thought. Yeah, a lot farther up north than I thought.
Haven't seen any of those beastly blue eyes. Do be careful.
I will.
Just want to double check actually that we are indeed okay. We are on the air. Cool. And my model is just gonna do whatever. I haven't really paid attention, so I've noted that she closes her eyes a lot whenever I just blink a shit ton. Possibly just because the blinking. Or the model can't keep up with my blinking, probably. But yeah. I don't know, man. I just want to kind of kill something right now. That's why I'm doing the hunt. I'm not really even hoping for a material. I think the loincloth actually might come from Pandemonium instead of this guy. I don't think this guy's actually going to drop anything. I think it's just purely just to kill.
You deserve a rest.
Alright. Knight of the Splendid Heart. Okay. Let's kill him. Ow.
His Highness to madness on your knees.
Wait, what happened to my flares?
He has none of that. And he doesn't look like he's willing to listen.
Ow. He immediately goes into Mirage Dive, by the way, which is just throwing me off so much. Ow. No! Okay. Man, he goes really fast, really hard, and really aggressively. I don't think I can charge Mega Player. I think I'm just gonna have to, yeah, maybe charging Xantha too is probably actually easier. Alright. I always get really excited when I parry something. Okay. Yikes! This is an awkward place to fight because of the uneven floor. Charge it up as well. It's a lot better to do this after I have Phantom March. I can't do that in FF14. What? Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Okay, I see.
Let's try.
Ow. Interrupt! No! Oh. Alright, we're just gonna have to... I'm doing good damage though. Oh no. Ow. I jumped into that one. That's my fault. It is a little overkill, but I do want the stylish finish. Okay. I just wanted to do that since
Dion would have been glad to have you back at his side.
that does sound sad. Anyways, I just wanted to do that and kill him here since I wasn't gonna do so regardless, or not regardless, but I wasn't gonna do so elsewise because I have no reason to go back to Sebrecht now. Similarly, I think I'm actually gonna do the one at Martha's Rest here, Silver Linings. I think it's to find the silver pinion from the silver chocobo. Because that's the only thing to do here, so...
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs.
Mr.
Excuse
Traveling
me.
Trader?
I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not. Though you're not the first to mention the bird around here. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo near some guide hovel not far from Eastpool. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows? Perhaps there was some truth to his tale.
We'll see. Thank you.
So let's try our luck elsewhere then, I suppose.
It's because the heavens have gone to reckon round, you know.
Friend. Inquisitive merchant.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone. Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the viceroy.
Maybe another time. I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much, nor their bows. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right. Thank you anyway.
Also, in terms of the session, I know my sessions have been increasingly getting, you know, shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter, but I've been increasingly steadily getting busier and busier and busier and busier as the week goes on, and moves from you know, the weekend to the other end of the week. So
Can I help you with something? You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you? I deal in fruit, not fancies. But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's ride. Was a silver chocobo seen there? Oh, yes. If you believe the ravings of a madman. It wouldn't be the first time. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here. Ready, go? Can hardly wait. Just the one of you, eh?
I feel like I would know that like, Ambrosia is not a silver chocobo. Ambrosia is a white chocobo. Is there like a particular difference? Let's see.
Thanks. My bandits for a change.
But fuck. Okay, well the tracks. Oh, the tracks led through here. Oh, okay, all right. That's the point of this place then. Don't tell me we have to kill the poor thing though, do we?
More tracks. And these look fresh. The chocobo was here. Then recently. Perhaps it still is. I don't hear anything.
Well, I mean, it's left a nice shiny feather, so...
Well, I'll be damned.
Hmm? Oh, please, don't tell me I have to fight it. Oh, maybe Ambrosia is a silver chocobo. They look like her, at least.
It's alright. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend.
Hey, we don't have to kill them!
Thank
Animal
you.
lover Clive!
Let's get this back to Gad before they change their minds.
Never mind the amount of war wolves and war dragons that I've slain. Let's return this to the hideaway. Also to restock on potions and whatnot. Even though I might not need them, because I don't really sense that I'm going to be fighting too much. Other than maybe Pandemonium. But, I don't know where to start with that thing, so...
It was no trouble at all.
Clive, you're back. How'd you get on? Any luck?
Any luck, you say?
How apt.
Crystal's crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
Is that straight from the source? Is it could ethically get?
Right there on the road to Eastpool. Who'd have thought it?
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my presence may have forced the poor creatures to look elsewhere.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on before long, even if you hadn't have turned up. They'll find a new home. Trust me. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills before they could run off. And now all that's left is to fix it to the carving.
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with. What did you say it was from again? An Avis?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
Hey!
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Now will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give him one best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
Eda was in the infirmary. Oh, I mean, obviously she's pregnant.
Me lords.
How are you feeling?
Well, thank you. Is something wrong?
Wrong? No, nothing like that. What it is,
Go on, please. It's beautiful. Did you make it?
we did. Aye. It's from all of us here at the Hideaway. Your new family, like. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when a band's on the way. I mean a baby. To let him know that they're part of the family too. Oh, I hope you like it.
I don't know what to say. I thank you, my lords, for everything.
If there's anything you need, just let us know.
I will.
Clive, fancy a swift off? I'm thirsty.
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. It wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. Well, with me being the run of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. My whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Toggle.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learn from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means, when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many.
you may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway. After I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
Winter mead. A potent potable made from honey collected in the northern territories of short summers and fermented slowly over the next 6 moons. Set to warm the belly on North's cold winter nights. I said I was thirsty, Gav. Man. This is... all these quests were placed really well. We're at the end of the game after all. And it kind of makes me feel like, you know, Clive might die. wouldn't be the first Final Fantasy protagonist to die at the end of the game. Yeah, let's see. A gift from Gav. This potent potable is made from honey collected in the Northern Territories this short summers and is fermented slowly over the next 6 moons. Despite an obvious inability to hold his drink, Gav has insisted that he be allowed to share the bottle when the time comes to crack the seal. And we also have this as well. Charred Sparring Sword. Clive's old sparring sword, salvaged by Torgal in the aftermath of the Ironblood invasion and hidden at Clive's original hideaway, the Rookery. It is a reminder of who Clive once was and who he has become, as well as the unbreakable bond between lifelong friends. It's so sweet, and also we're filling up this trophy room pretty well, but we're also not, like... We also just about hit halfway, actually, too, which kind of makes me wonder where we get the rest of the trophies. And let's also read these as well. Let's see, treasure hunt. Let's see, what? You didn't think I would just sang that stuff about hiding my engine, did you? Wouldn't you know? I've already a fine spot picked out and everything. But if you're going to go on this grand adventure, you'll need to be quick about your business with that ruddy god of yours. Take too long and somebody more clever might beat you to the prize. I suppose in that case, I could bury you in one of my lesser inventions. Goddess knows I've countless. A fine hound. The two of you have been together for what probably feels like a lifetime now, but there's still a lot you have to learn about that hound of yours. Aye, he'd step in front of a bloody raging behemoth if it meant protecting you. But that don't mean you should take it for granted. At the end of the day, he's a hound. And sometimes he just wants someone to pat his head and rub his belly and give him a handful of Koopa nuts. You'd do good to remember that. Alright. We just got a few more side quests. Never mind, we've got quite a few more side quests. We've got those two in Dalmekia as well to do. One of them is Cyril, though, I know. So at the very least, there's that. Hold on. Okay, alright.
Do you see that too?
Excuse me. Oh, what time is it? 10. So, I probably won't actually finish the game. I have a feeling that we are at the end of the game, right?
I'm scared.
But, just because, like, you know, the big crystal of Ultima is, like, at the end there. But... And, you know, all these side quests, right, is pretty obvious indicator that, like, the end is nigh. But, oh, yikes. But I don't think I'll be able to finish it tonight. The end stretch of the game seems to be pretty long. And the total amount of time I've played today, it doesn't amount to 12 hours like it was before. This is a pretty meaty game, all things considered. Although, funnily enough, I feel like I might have played this game about as much as I played Xenoblade 3, and I don't think I was halfway through that game, so... So it's not, like, super long.
Cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal. Obliging. This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
Bold words. Bold words for a man in for someone who's about to have that happen to him. And this as well. Brutal. Brutal. I mean, I've seen that, like, fatality animation, like, a million times at this point, but still, it's brutal every time it happens.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oath they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis, or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. Doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together, even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quentin. I hope I can convince him at least.
Okay. He's not in Lost Wing. I think it'd be pretty weird to see him in Lost Wing, especially. He's just a bit without. Yeah. Most likely, at least.
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lost Wing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Oh, he's already right here.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quentin would probably call me one of his. But yes,
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quentin can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, they'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. 2 such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the bloody outlaw.
Once more onto the breach.
Very civil discussion.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance, but we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours, and we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will. Well, my boy, the stage is set.
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall, and there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
I leveled up from diplomacy. Let's see. The Triunity Accord, signed by representatives from Rosaria, Dhalmekia, and Sinbrek. This mutual accord sets the stage for a new age in Storm, if not officially, then at least in spirit. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Byron Rossfield. Alright. So the remaining quests are, I think, except for this one. Yeah, except for this one. Are all in,
That thing is.
are all in Ash. Also, I do have a couple in Dhalmekia as well. One to probably the conclusion to the storyline with Ludor. And then this one is also probably, yeah, the second part or conclusion maybe even to Cyril's quest. I don't know if... I haven't even streamed an hour yet. I haven't even really played an hour of this. It feels like I went on for a long ass time though, but for now, I actually want to take a shower, because, again, I got a wound, that bled all over my hand, so, or at least underneath the bandage, so I kind of want to change my bandage, and then take a shower and everything like that, so I'll probably do that. We'll probably come back for more. Most likely we'll come back for more, actually. I should probably grab a Lexit, because I think I might have a stomach bug. So, let me, have the music on, and, BRB, essentially. It won't be that long, hopefully. Okay. Alright. That took a while, but... Yeah. Might be TMI, but, yeah, my hand looks like a fucking horror movie right now, so... Best keep that bandaged up for now. So... I'm conflicted. I don't know if I want to do... the Dalmekia quests first, or if I want to do... Actually, no, that's an easy question to answer, because one is with Zero, right? So, yeah, I want to do, the ones over here first. So, we found out, or I guess I found out, Balmung Dark, that's, the, like, one, like, arena-looking place that
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by Akashic. I need to hurry.
Yeah, that's, where I thought the, Pandemonium guy was. It isn't. It's an arena that has a quest significance, one with which, was not going to be, where it wasn't going to be open until the quest, so, and now the quest is, here.
That'll do, go. There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Yeah. In regards to my hand, you'll be happy to know it's not bleeding anymore.
It's inside the walls. Bad enough to turn a bearer. I hope not. We're risking a lot.
Yeah, it's not bleeding anymore at the very least. It's just, really bad case of road rash. Really, really bad. I should have worn gloves.
Locked up tight.
Alright. This is open at least. It's not that bad that I can't play Final Fantasy. Obviously. Balmung Dark, Writ of Designation. The Kingdom of Lud hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bearers both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train a Kuza beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention thereof is to be punishable by death. Captive bearers have been provided solely for the pursuit of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for use of bearers in any other capacity.
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Is there more over here? Oh, there's more of those guys. Alright, what is up here then? Outside the quest destination. Okay, but what is up here? More Akashic. Way more Akashic, actually. Hold on. Alright, we'll think about going up there later then, I guess. Well, actually... Hold on. There might be stuff up there. There might be stuff up there. Let's do it. these guys guarding anything? They were guarding these guys, okay. Or that. They were guarding that, okay. Huh?
No sign of any bearers yet. I hope you have better luck downstairs.
Oh, she's supposed to be up here. Okay, alright. That's why this isn't the quest destination. She's supposed to be up here. So that means I'm supposed to be downstairs. Which means there might not actually be stuff up here. Duly noted. Inspect this. Recommendation concerning Kuza beast development or deployment. The Kuza has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bearer captives be employed in order to draw enemy focus, and a beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with minimal loss of looter lives.
Minimal loss of looter lives. What happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
This memorandum on Kuza beast feeding. Recent supply shortages left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kuza entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bearers and assigned to fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as part of its training. Excuse me. The beast was forever observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bearers may even be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bearers no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I feared. Nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Alright. Doors is right there, but there's so much Kashik over here. Why are they guarding?
It's over.
Not much. I mean, there's this, which leads to a chest. An empty shard and then 30 things.
No log downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even, and those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid It means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Alright. Release the lock.
Let's see what we can find down here.
Oh. Well, I can't. I probably shouldn't go out there, you know? At least not yet.
Survivor. She sounds close.
There she is.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
It sounds like we got a fight on our hands.
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bear-eating bastard in the ground.
I see it.
They're waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bears.
Okay. It's a behemoth. Kuza Beast, rank A. Well, we found a hunt.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
Oh. Close. Oh, he hit me at the same time as that fucking comet, that bastard. That should be great. That wasn't... Ow. Wait, I already had Xanthan to charge up! Fuck! Oh my god. I shouldn't get away with this. finished them off. Okay, neat. Notorious Mark Slain. Did he give me any materials, actually? I mean, I'm interested. A Behemoth Shackle. Okay, makes sense.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
Sometime later.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Heide Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Heide Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
There's still a couple that that needs to be done over in Ash, but in Waloed. But we also got new hunts. Possibly the one we just killed. Well, that. But also Masterless Marauder along with Pandemonium as another S rank. Which is strange, because as far as I was concerned, I thought I was all done with S ranks. Because, you know, that last S rank would have accounted for the last orichalcum. No, maybe not. Let's see. The looter army captured such... And, yeah, these are the only 2 hunts I have left, actually. Damn. Let's see. The looter army captured such beasts and tried to train them to serve, but this particular specimen's training has long since ceased. Whether its captors returned to Kashyyyk with the rest of their comrades or were eaten by their pet when it broke free from its bonds, we shall never know. All we do know is that there is none left alive who knows the words to put an end to its rampage. Only a show of force will suffice. Ugh. Another hunt for probably a behemoth. That's quite a bit. But let's at least just do these 2 over here. On this end of Hulud. If I run into it or the other one, then I run into it and the other one. But if not, then, well, yeah, I didn't, right? Although I think I might see it now. I think I see it now, honestly. Unless that's a normal enemy. Nope, that's it. that's our man's. The last behemoth of the land. Behemoth King. Oh man. Well, it's right next to the thing. And I did say if we ran into it, well, we ran into it! Okay. Maybe a flare wouldn't suffice. That's gonna hit me. Let's try. Hopefully that does it in. Alright, at the very least that didn't do that much damage. Stagger. Limit break into one of these. Fuck. I fucked up. I already had the anti-tuking charge. I don't need to do this again. Whatever. Whoa, no, wait. No, wait. Oh man, he really likes his meteors, doesn't he? This is indeed an apocalypse. Ow. Ah! I see that AoE. Let's start with a Phoenix heal. And since I was so dumb before, I gotta do this for charge up transportation. It's not dead from this. In fact, it might have taken a damage threshold for another phase. Because it is kind of a boss, so... Huh, Megaflight just killed it. Well, that's neat to know. I just got it done, essentially. Eh, it did drop an orichalcum. That means Pandemonium doesn't drop an orichalcum. Or maybe it's just gonna give me an orichalcum anyways, just for the collection.
No match for you, I toggle.
You know. Or it could be silly and make the last thing take 2 orichalcums for some reason. You know, could always do that, after all. Okay. Here's Garnick.
The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in?
How do I get to that item? I want that item. It's so tantalizing, god damn it. Oh. There's a proper entrance for everything, you know. There's an M potion. Alright. Royal Intelligencer Training Report. In the wake of the tragic fire at Cair Norvent in 873V, and the subsequent depletion of our most highly practiced intelligencers, all mainland strongholds were instructed to redouble training in clandestine maneuvers, improvised weaponry, and assassination techniques, and dispatch promising volunteers to Stonehere for inspection. This report details progress made by the stronghold of Garnick in reinvigorating Wood's ranks of esteemed intelligencers.
This is a Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks?
Let's see. The Folklorist's Fabulary. The Moogle. No spirit or sprite appears more often in Valsfian folktales than the humble Moogle. Though they are occasionally painted as mischievous souls akin to pixies or imps, most stories depict them as clumsy yet congenial spirits who delight in helping mankind with their daily labors. they're said to have sweet tooths. Excuse me. Leading to the common superstition that one must not leave cakes or other sweet meats uncovered overnight, lest naught remain but crumbs come morning. In appearance, they are described as being covered head to toe in soft white fur, excepting the small, dark wings by which they are somehow able to take flight, and the brightly colored pom-poms that protrude from the tops of their heads. And yet, there is one detail regarding the Moogle that most find more remarkable than the orb that tops its brow: the fact that the creatures actually exist. Preposterous, I hear you cry. Everybody knows that Moogles are the stuff of legend. I quite agree, but every legend has its basis in truth. And in the case of the Moogle, the fact may be not so dissimilar to the fiction. Ancient bestiaries list the white mole whose feet do not touch the ground among the beasts of the realm, and the illustration beside the name, why, it is none other than a Moogle. Of course, it is true that the creatures are not known to still survive in the Twins in the modern day. Perhaps their miniature wings carried them to other climes. Perhaps they are hunted to extinction. Or perhaps, just perhaps, they do still live among us, hidden far away, far from human view. Alright, well that's interesting and cute, but that's not necessarily what we're looking for, is it? Botany of Banes. I'm not reading that.
His interests were certainly varied.
Would this be it? From a distance. Ah, yes, and this is in the... Oh! Cute. Chapter 16.
But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Oh, there's a thing I have to fight, isn't it?
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
And we need not waste time on hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Let's see, shall we?
What?
I missed. And ate shit too. You're gonna have to try a little harder if you if you want the book.
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass. It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves, from knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all. You may keep the book, for now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait! Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about.
Yeah, maybe. Oh. Sometimes sometimes the quickest way to a place is indeed not a straight line. I was gonna say, is that Pandemonium? That's too small. That thing's too small. It's just a normal ogre. Oh.
That'll do, girl.
Alright.
This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
What is this place?
It's locked. I should look around some more before I start breaking down doors.
Alright, maybe this would review the key. Conditioning schedule. Today's exercises will consist of the press yards for 20 sandbags for such duration as instructors shall dictate. The furnace. Burn intensity to be gradually increased. Live combat. 1 to 3 hellhounds depending on performance.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture.
Writs of incorporation. The Kingdom of Lud hereby incorporates this institution, wherein juvenile bearers are to be granted the opportunity to give themselves in service to the state as soldiers. Trainees succumbing to the Crystal's curse or otherwise perishing are to be disposed of with all haste. The graveyard is strictly reserved for the uncursed. Bearer disposal within its bounds is punishable by death.
Disposed of? Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry.
This might be it. I recently learned that my own daughter was among the children turned to stone by the brutal training I subjected them to. I had not so much as thought of her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe, but inquiries with the military confirmed it. It was her. I had been torturing my own flesh and blood. And now I see her everywhere. Today, one of the children smiled at me in the hope of receiving a few scraps from my table. It was her smile, the smile she inherited from her mother, the mother I killed for giving birth to a bearer. Their ghosts have all come back to haunt me. My daughters, my wives, all of them, all those children. So many have died at my hand. I can bear the guilt no longer. And so I decided, tomorrow I too must die. It will be the last order I give to those poor wretches, the last torment I subject them to. I will command them to tear me limb from limb, and inter my accursed corpse beneath the white tree, whose crooked hands reach to the sky in supplication. And beside me, my shame, my curse, the record of all their names, all those I have wronged. Well, at least we know
This
now
reads
where
like
it
a
is.
suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out. A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Bad Bash Conservatory, Registry of Burial Losses. It goes so on and so on.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery?
Well, that could be a hint.
It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed. Too slow. Get him. Guess we're all ready.
It's just level 2. Let's try and do at least a little bit more damage with that.
Farewell.
Well. Oh.
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
Yeah. Let's... That should be everything to do here. I mean, like, there's obviously, you know, the Orc King, right? But I didn't run into him. I got an Orc outcome. He probably drops the loincloth, though, but, I mean... I didn't find the guy, you know? And I don't know if he's anywhere to be seen, really. Or at the very least, I can't. I don't know how. I don't have an earthly clue where he could possibly be. Right. Just because I don't really know. I mean, maybe there, but I don't know. I really don't know. But also another thing is that, like, I might not be ready for it. I don't have I don't really have any potions anymore. That behemoth drained me. So I don't actually know if I'm even able to fight it. But, I mean, I guess I should just look for it at the very least. Just to mark it down. If I die, I die, right? Right, if I die, then, like, I could just save it for, like, tomorrow. So many enemies, though. Oh, that's the turn. But again, I don't really have any confirmation that the thing is here. Just that, like, this looks like a... Oh, this looks like an arena, though. That would be him! That would be him! I don't know, let's at least try fighting him. Right? Pandemonium. Let's at least try fighting him. He's gonna drop a loincloth, right? And it's gonna be my last thing that I need, so might as well.
Oh look, it's the king of the castle. Let's try. Too slow.
I feel like that should have lasted way longer than it ended up. Oh. Okay, alright. It's kind of like... Ow! It's kind of like Moglin. Ow! Burst. Ow. Fair, though. Do this first. So I can get more healing out of this since I beat it. Fuck. I missed the stagger chance. Whatever, it's fine. I'll just start off. Next time I stagger him, I'll just start off with ow. Oh my god! That hurt a lot. I best not get hit with another one of those. Come on, seriously? No. Oh my god, I got stunned so much. Woo! No. I'm not gonna use it. an elixir. Not now, at least. Okay, now I'm using one. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Okay, I'm using another one then. God, he caught me off guard with that. Okay, I have to play perfectly now, though. Or damn near perfectly, at least. Is he gonna do it again? Oh, thank God. I should be using my Mega Flare, actually. No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. If I'm fucking up dodges like that. Then I shouldn't be. Please kill it. I want the cycle to kill it. It didn't. Oh my God, he fucking clipped me with it. He fucking clipped me with it. Oh Lord. That gave me the loincloth.
Your reign is at an end.
That was a lot closer than I thought it would. Hey, at the very least, I did indeed win, but at the cost of pretty much everything. But at the same time, I didn't have much in there to begin with. Had I had all my potions, I think I would have probably killed it. Pretty well.
It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
So let's give our from a distance to Vivian here, since she wanted it. So it is hers by right.
Vivian, I found it. The book you lost.
You found it. Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely sure it would be possible. I feared the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed. Provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one. As the sad history of the bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. A stranger to my own species. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you still feel that way? That you're not one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the hideaway, I find my thinking somewhat clouded. Perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended. But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from the outside, but from within. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, when enough people believe, belief begets truth. Give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth. Make them believe in you, as I do.
I'll try, Vivian. I'll try.
Quest complete. Scholar's Bonnet. Vivian Ninetails' scholarly headwear, awarded to her upon the completion of her studies at the University of Canberra. Give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth. Make them believe in you as I do. And then, last week for today, at least, is going to be giving the registry to Herman. And yes, that is lastly for today. Today's a long day for me. Today was a long day for me. Playing this game was a pretty good distraction from it until it came crashing through my door again. So, you know, at least temporarily. Yeah, today was a long day for me.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
If I may? The bearer registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Or any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. For their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces. Like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Barbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering. And in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Alright, that's all the side quests for now. There's still the ones left in Dhalmekia. I got another hunt after that, by the way. Interesting that I would get another hunt, but let's see what it is actually, because I'm actually kind of curious. I don't need anything from it actually though, because I'm about to get like the best stuff in the game, so it's an A rank, the Wailing Banshee. Okay, but why? Why am I being given... Oh. I'm nowhere near done. There's still more to do. Okay. Well, I suppose I didn't fully explore that orphanage, right? So I suppose that makes sense.
What do I owe the honor? What do you want?
But, I mean, I got this now, so...
That it? Fine.
Yeah, I now definitively have the best gear in the game, or at least as definitively as I can tell for now. Let's read the trophy description for these two, and then I'll go to bed. The Truanity Accord, signed in Port Isolde. Right, signed in Port Isolde by representatives from Rosaria, Dhalmekia, and Zembrecht. The mutual accord sets the stage for a new age of storm, if not officially, then at least in spirit. Scholar's Bonnet. Vivian Ninetails' academic cap awarded to her upon her graduation from the University of Canberra. Now Vivian shares her learning with Clive. The gift of the bonnet serving as a pledge that so long as they remain together, her knowledge shall be as much his as it is her own. We've got a pretty sizable collection now. There's still more to get, but it's a pretty nice collection. For now, though, yeah, that shall be it from me. I just need to end the day, man. I need to go to bed and everything like that. So, I am going to tuck in. I know I streamed less, and I played less, and I did less in general, but yeah. Again, today was a long day, and this was really just a distraction from it all, just to get me through it. But yeah, tomorrow is also probably gonna be a pretty long day for me. Not that long though. I still got stuff to do tomorrow, but at the very least, all that is like front loaded into the morning and early afternoon. So I'll probably just charge my way through the last few side quests and even probably the end of the game tomorrow. So yeah.